Welcome back, free thinkers, to another evening edition of the Grow Rich, Grow Happy Crypto Show. Guys, in this episode, I want to talk about Caspa. Yeah, I want to talk about Caspa, and I want to talk about some things that's going on. And I always told you guys, I like to lurk around the internet and just get a vibe for community, the crypto market, things that, things like that, motivation or what not to do. And more times than not, I'm running into a lot of things about Caspa that are being spoken over on different platforms, maybe Facebook, Reddit, and of course, X. And I sat back and I said, you know what? Caspa is that perfect example of zeroing in on an undervalued asset and truly understanding the basis of investing and why at times you may feel like you're just throwing money in a black hole and you're not going to get any return on it, when it's totally the opposite. What you are doing is something that a lot of other people, it ain't that they don't have the courage, they more so don't have the patience for. So that's what we're going to be discussing in this video. I don't know how many of you out there still hold Caspa. I still hold my Caspa. I know what I hold. And for those of you that do hold Caspa, you will probably understand it. This video will probably resonate more with you than anyone else. So, and for those of you who don't hold Caspa, make sure you stick around as well, because I think the examples I'm about to give with Caspa, they can be applied to any asset out there that you may love that other people might say is a waste of time. So guys, if this is your first time to Grow Rich, Grow Happy, I'm Mr. Foresight, and it is my mission to change your mindset and help you work on you so that you can work on your investments. Because I believe that mindset is the reason people either make it past everything that they ever thought they could reach, but mindset is also the reason that you can break a lot of generational curses. On this channel, we do it by way of cryptocurrency. That sounds like something you might like. By all means, stick around, smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos, guys. And check out down below at all the freebies. Also, get you a Tangem wallet, guys. Caspa is the asset that got me into Tangem, and now I put everything on Tangem. Check out down below. Just ask the community members. We love Tangem around these parts. You get a 10% discount down below by using my code. It does go to support the channel. So let's talk about Caspa, guys. And the big thing that a lot of people have been talking about is Caspa not being listed on a major exchange, something like crypto.com, Coinbase for sure, Binance, and different places like that. You'll see their perp futures being listed, but for some reason they're not listing Caspa, and it has a lot of people down and bummed out. Like, man, I invested all this money in Caspa, depending on how much you put in Caspa, and it's not going anywhere. And look at the rest of the market; it's just going through the roof. Well, people are really offended right now, and I totally understand. People are offended because Coinbase, like the leader next to Binance, it depends on who you talk to, which is bigger. I believe Binance is bigger, but Coinbase is the one that's on the tongues of everybody. And what makes people mad lately is that Coinbase listed Fartcoin. Yeah, Fartcoin before they listed Caspa. In other words, they listed a meme coin. And guys, it's hurtful. Let's jump over here. Let's look at the price, because I think it's things like this that could be suppressing the price. But I'm here to give you another perspective on it. So we're going to jump up here, guys, and check this out. Coinbase listed Fartcoin. I still can't get over that. But here we go. We got Caspa's down to 6. It's under 7 cents right now at the making of this video. And depending on where you got in, guys, like I said, I got in early. I bought more as the price was going up, but for the most part, I've made money on it because I got in as low as like 3-4 cents. I've been in Caspa. But if you look here, guys, a lot of people, I feel like, are losing some of their, maybe not commitment. I've seen different people that I thought loved Caspa. They've gotten rid of their Caspa. They've threatened to sell it. And I understand. Again, this is not financial advice. My thing is, do what you have to for you and yours and your family. But before you sell something like this, maybe even sell some, don't sell it all. And again, I'm not trying to advise you guys what to do, but I'm just going to give you this. We talked lately, and I always tell you guys about finding undervalued projects out there. But first, let's explore Coinbase. Well, Coinbase has said in the past that they don't charge to list tokens on their platform. However, if you go around and you search, a lot of people say that is a complete, utter lie. They do charge. And some people say that the fee, it's kind of hidden. It's kind of like, everybody knows that you can go over to Coinbase and you can earn money on Coinbase you can earn crypto by taking these educational courses that they have over there. Some of you don't know that. Do it. It teaches you a lot about crypto. But they say people who have listed their projects over there, they say that Coinbase would take a fee for that so that they can offer these projects or whatever to new people. But either way you dress it up, some people say it's still a lie. They do charge. Well, Caspa is as decentralized as it get, guys, and they don't pay. They're not going to pay to be listed. There's a lot of other plays out there. They're not going to pay to be listed. Coinbase is a business at the end of the day, and they look at something like a fart coin. By the way, they offered futures on that. And for what I understand, it increased like 400% just based on that. And then Coinbase went on and they listed Fartcoin on their platform, which is now, if you think about it, Fartcoin right now, guys, is trading under $1. It was trading over $1. Right now it's trading at 95 cents with an all-time high of $2.48, guys, which was hit what they say 5 months ago. So Coinbase is in the business of making money. So that's what it's about. Coinbase, and I don't even know how that little transaction happened, how they got on there. That's the thing. And Binance, from what I understand, somebody was saying that they charge. Well, here's the thing. Does that change the value of Caspa? Because I've done extensive searches and I've looked, and from what I can tell, they're saying that part of the reason that Coinbase is not listing Caspa, at least this is what they're saying the rumblings are, is that they don't yet have smart contracts. I don't know, but they're saying that's part of the reason, and we know that Caspa is working on that. Now, Caspa is good for micro payments, and we all know, we don't even have to fool ourselves. We know that these major exchanges know all about Caspa. Here's the thing, and I echo someone that I saw say this, and it made me really look back and say, damn, they got a great point. They said they would not want Coinbase or Binance or anyone like that, even crypto.com, to list a Caspa right now at this price, because it would be like throwing Caspa a life raft. It really would. Like, here's a rope, let me pull you to shore a little bit, and that would only probably boost us to at least 30 cents. I would rather endure what we're going through right now. Let this bull cycle really hit altcoin season. Let us get up past our all-time high, which was a 20 cent. And then once they start building that momentum, then a Coinbase and some of these other major exchanges come in and take us on to that dollar and past that. But the problem is everybody's looking for that shiny thing right now. They are. Everybody's looking for that quick money. And in cryptocurrency, that's where it's more prevalent than anything. People don't have that patience for something like a Caspa. Back in Bitcoin day, people didn't even know about, there's a lot of people didn't even know about Bitcoin. Those that do understood how much it was going to come into existence to where people really understood its value. And you look now, and Bitcoin has done just that. So I look at Caspa and I say, you don't need a Coinbase listing or any of that right now, because we understand that, at least I believe that this seriously is like chess moves that these major exchanges are moving right now, especially something like a Coinbase, something like these other major exchanges. They do not want to list something like that when they know the value of Caspa. Those of you who are holding Caspa, you know the value of Caspa. Not only that, you understand how much it's really undervalued. Guys, when you compare it up to Bitcoin, and I know it's Bitcoin maxis out there that say, don't even say Caspa and Bitcoin in the same breath, because they forget. They got short memories. They forget that Bitcoin was once here. Caspa is totally different. Caspa, I don't even like comparing it to other coins out there, because it is the total package. It is. And for anybody out there that would say, well, how come it's not up then? It's because I believe the major, and this is my conspiracy hat, I believe the people who can control these markets, and people can say what they want, but we know crypto, there's a lot of things out there that are manipulated. And Caspa, I truly believe it's going to play a bigger role. And the more people you can keep out of it and suppress it, keep it suppressed by keeping it off of a major exchange, that's going to help those with the deep pockets come in and snatch up a whole bunch of it. So for me, I'm going to hold mine, because I know what's coming for something like that. And I don't want to be left out. I don't. So to anybody out there that's probably thinking about selling it, just think about this. Really take seriously sit down and say, why am I selling it? Am I selling it because I just don't have the patience, or is it not something that has strong utility? And I hate to keep saying strong utility, because a lot of people can say that about things, but I believe it's undervalued. And if the highest that is made is like 20 cents, I can't believe anyone can look me straight in the eye that understand crypto and say that Caspa is not undervalued. And just because Coinbase would list something called fart coin, and guys, again, I just don't believe in meme coins. I don't. I think they do play a role, but I just don't want people out there in the Caspa community to be offended because Coinbase chose to list something like fart coin and not list Caspa. I think that's the biggest slap in the face. And if that is what made you say, I'm done with this project, then I think you really need to take a step back and say, hold on, I'm playing right into their hands. I don't know. You guys let me know. How did you feel when you found out, or where were you when you found out that Coinbase listed fart coin on their exchange and didn't even consider Caspa? I would love to know. And any of you out there, I would love to know, to take a tally. How many of you out there still hold Caspa, still believe in Caspa? And I also want to hear from those of you who've chosen to get out of Caspa, and not only chose to get out, tell me, what did you swap it for? I'm just curious, guys. Was it Zebic? I'm curious. Till next one, this your boy. I'm out.